Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Watch the camera being like, hey, you're there? Cool. I'm sorry. Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Rick and Morty season 6 episode 10, the last episode of the season 6, the last episode which is out, the last episode of this entire binge watching of Rick and Morty that I made with you guys. I binge watched all of the seasons with all of the episodes of this show. This is the end of this binge watching. It's making me a little melancholic. Like you can see, I'm also really excited because it's the end, but at the same time it's not the end because I have still the web episodes to discover and I'm gonna make reaction videos about them. I'm gonna discover for sure the next seasons of Rick and Morty with you guys. I prepared also for you the special level Rick and Morty on my Patreon that you can subscribe to even right now, you know, even if you're watching this reaction video right now on YouTube, you can still subscribe to that level if you want to binge watch all of my reaction videos about Rick and Morty. I mean, even right now, if you are watching it when this video is out, you know, if you are watching this on April, you can still subscribe to that special level of Rick and Morty on my Patreon if you want to have access to all of the archives, you know, of Rick and Morty on my Patreon, to all of the episodes of all of these seasons, to my entire binge watching, to watch all of these episodes with extended or full reaction parts. It's a lot of time, you know, that I spend with this show, so you can subscribe to that special level, which is the same, you know, than the level 3 of my Patreon, in fact, but with that special level, I'm gonna offer you a little thing with it. I'm gonna offer you the escape game that I created around Rick and Morty, around this universe. That's an escape game that you can print at your home. That's an escape game which is based on Rick and Morty, on this universe. But if you don't know that universe that well, or if you are playing with people who doesn't know anything about that universe, don't worry, you can still play it, you know, you can still enjoy it. It's a little escape game. I'm saying little because, you know, if you're really fast, if you're really that good with escape game and all of that kind of stuff, maybe you can finish it, you know, in 30 minutes, but really, if really you're fast and really you love that kind of stuff and all, if not, you know, for the regular people, it's more 45 minutes, and like I said, if you're a bunch of Jerrys, it's more gonna be like a 1 hour escape game. It's a lot of different enigmas, it's 4 enigmas, but we have also all of the part with searching for the clues into the room, because I made the documents for you to print and to prepare into the room, but also documents to print and to hide into the room. I prepared for you for sure the documents about the different enigmas. I prepared for you all of a guide with some clues and with the solutions. I prepared also stuff for the one of you who is gonna be the mastermind, you know, the guide, or the player who is gonna be allowed to watch the clues if people are getting stuck, you know, they are blocked and stuff like that. I really prepared, I think, like 6 or 7 different documents, and it's, you know, to print at your home, it's more than 20 pages, something like that. So really I created that for you guys, and the synopsis of that escape game is the fact that Rick left for an adventure, you know, in solo, and you went into his bunker because you want to steal the portal gun to go to Boob World. But Rick doesn't want you to be into that bunker, so you're trapped, you're blocked into that bunker, and you have to find a way to get out of the bunker. I created that for you guys. It's my way to thank you, you know, to offer you something at the end of this binge watching. But it also can be a way, you know, for you guys to subscribe to my Patreon, you know, to thank me for all of the binge watching, all of this time that we spent together, and not only to have access to all of the videos about Rick and Morty that I did, but also to have that little gift with it. It's, yes, something that I wanted to make, you know, to celebrate the end of Rick and Morty. It's gonna be, you know, from the first day of March, because March is gonna be the month, you know, of the end of my binge watching for Patreon. For you guys, right now when you're watching this video, it's already April, so you're late, you're really late, but I'm saying it to you since the beginning, almost since the beginning, that you guys, you're late on YouTube. Like really for the last seasons, each time you had 5 episodes of advance, which means more than 2 weeks of advance. So that's why, you know, you're that late now at the end of this binge watching. So if you guys, you want to have access to all of these videos about Rick and Morty, just to binge watch them again maybe during the month of April, if you want to thank me for all of this time that we spent together for Rick and Morty, if you want that escape game that you can play all by yourself but also with friends, and all of that, it's on my Patreon. It's gonna be a special level, you know, that I'm gonna make for Rick and Morty. And it can be also a way, maybe just for 1 month, to test these advantages that I'm giving to people, you know, for the level 3 on my Patreon. And so maybe you're gonna appreciate it and you're gonna stay, or just, you know, you can subscribe just for 1 month. It's okay also. Okay, all of that being said, guys, this season 6, so far, I think that it's one of my favorites. Maybe because I was disappointed about the season 5. So discovering this season 6 and seeing that the writers, they really found themselves again, that they really... Yes, all of the stories, all of these episodes, we had, okay, good stories, funny situations, weird stuff and all, but also with the characters, we had evolutions, we had stuff for them, deeper stuff, but each time, with each of these things, I didn't have the impression that they were going too far, that they were pushing the limits too much. Like, I'm okay for Rick and Morty writers to push the limits, it's almost into the DNA of this show, but during the season 5 it was really too much and it went too far at multiple occasions. So for this season 6 I was really pleased to see that it was not the case, and it really felt like they found themselves again, like we were back with what this show is about, and also these characters, they are really evolving, in particular Rick, since 2 episodes and more than that. In fact, Rick is not only making progress, like we are seeing it since a long time now that Rick is making progress, but he's also talking about it, like he's verbalizing the progress that he's making. He's saying that he wants to make progress, he's doing stuff to do it, he's really there for his family, and he's saying it that he's there for his family. He's not hiding it behind jokes, behind stuff and all. Like, truly, it's happening. So for this final episode of the season 6, I really hope that it's gonna stay like that. I really hope that it's gonna continue to make progress. I really hope that... not like... I don't want anything bad to happen for that. But at the same time, it's the final episode of the season. I think that we need news about Evil Rick. I know that you're naming him Prime Rick, but I have issues to name him like that. I'm gonna get used to it. We need news about him, I think. I would love to have news about Bird Person and his daughter. We'll see. But yes, you know, for the last seasons, for the final episode, we had a big reveal, we had a bad situation, like stuff were not going that well. So for this end of the season, I have the impression that it might be the same. But because the season 6 was so cool, I don't want that to be the case. For sure, I'm gonna see Mr. Puttybutt already, and you know that I'm not a fan of this character because of his voice, mostly because of his voice. I have an issue with his voice. You know, it's a little the same, his voice, you know, the feeling that I feel, like, you know, people who are putting their nails, you know, on stuff and who are making noises which are irritating. For me, you know, the sound of his voice, it's the same for me. So just to say, the feeling that I have when I hear Mr. Puttybutthole and why I don't hate the character, but I hate when he's on screen that much, it's really because his voice is making me like that. But I know that he's gonna be there right during this episode. But yes, please, nothing bad, nothing really bad. Please. Can I have that? Maybe I'm asking too much. So let's go for this final episode of the season 6. You know it, I'm gonna watch and react to the web episodes, and it's gonna be, I think, in multiple reaction videos. Not that much, not one for each web episode, but still, I think more than one reaction video. And for sure, I'm gonna see you for the next seasons. But for the end of this binge watching, it's today, it's this video, it's now, guys. So let's go for it. It's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. I'm a little stressed, you know, I really don't want anything bad to happen. It's gonna be okay, come on, let's go.
2 hours longer? They fixed my only problem with it.
For Beth, a framed photo of the two of us, and for Space Beth, the same thing, because we don't know which one of you is
Also touched.
It's really stuff that they love, that they wanted.
You're 17. And last but not least, for my number 1, number 2, finally went far, far away enough to get it, since shipping would have killed me.
You didn't? No fucking way!
It was?
Of course it makes the noises, that's like...
It's a saber?
Awesome! Oh, do not turn that on!
Rick, you really took gifts for them, the ones that they wanted?
Too bad nobody bought a cart of fruit.
You beautiful son of a bitch!
Grapefruit, mango.
I'm really grateful.
Oh, thanks, kid, but let's talk more melon slaying. Heads up.
Catch it?
Oh, shit. Open it, right to it. Get fucking move. Hurry.
It's on the bunker?
You dropped it perfectly vertical, Morty. Perfectly fucking vertical.
How many?
Level 10?
No.
How many levels?
Wait.
What is at 10?
What the fuck? Rick! You dumb fucking robot. You had one job. That job was to be a good grandpa.
Don't touch me! How long have I... You said you weren't a robot!
You killed me to lie to you, Morty.
Betrayal! Betrayal on all sides!
Don't overreact, Morty.
Was a
Take myself
robot.
first,
All of
you
this
let
time
that
with
man
him
to the
being
sun.
that great, it was a robot. I'm gonna cry!
You're still hunting the guy who killed your wife?
You don't have to rub it in, Morty. That's why I removed myself. I did you a favor.
Let's get our miracle on. Speaking of miracles...
All of this season?
You know me and Morty.
It's all of this season which was fake! I'm gonna cry for real!
You got something to tell me, Morty?
Merry Christmas?
Who dropped a lightsaber perfectly fucking vertical? Whatever it is, when it hits the core, it's gonna cause a chain reaction that destroys the
I was afraid of that. I thought that this episode would be about that, not about Rick not being Rick but being a robot, so all of these changes in fact didn't happen. Fuck you!
Because when you start with a turn, you end with a turn. Why are you crying? What's right?
Same, Morty, same!
It's the worst Christmas ever!
Okay, Morty.
Vegan, like the best! Fuck you! Rick, the writers, everyone.
If I wanted the government in my house, I'd buy an Alexa.
I invited him in, Rick!
I don't want to last right now.
It seems we got a certain amount of time to build a big drill ship.
A big drill ship. Just let me destroy the thing.
You've destroyed enough!
Ooh.
Oh, I see someone found my told you so dispenser.
Fuck you, Rick! Shut the fuck up with you, your attitude and all. Fuck you! I understand why either Morty wants evil. I'm gonna go evil Laura, you'll see.
I'm almost afraid it's not real. You're not a robot, are you?
Ha! Put it this way. Robot programmed to love you very, very much.
Aww.
Maintain verticality, Vertisaber. Affirmative. Progress report. Vertisaber.
It's taking way too long. I love your attitude. I need that attitude against Rick right now.
Are you kidding me? Shit.
Trajectory's drifting, sir. Where is it coming up?
Looks like Italy, sir.
Okay, and that could have been worse.
Wait. And now you have an independent lightsaber. Thanks to you, Rick! It's hell for me this episode.
You didn't even want to. Oh, for fuck's sake. Bye. Good luck. Don't blow up my planet. You act like you're the one that got stabbed in the back.
To make fingers at you!
I replaced myself in the beginning of that stupid Knights of the Sun thing. I said don't take the fucking sword. And you were like, whatever.
It's only since the last episode.
That's what happens when you let people in.
It's only...
Expecting you. They touch your shit.
It's only since...
They kill your fucking don't trust them. They're the same fucking
Wait. I'm sorry, I'm crying and nothing at the same time. I'm saying, I'm sorry, I'm not crying on purpose. These tears, you know, I would want to not cry, to not react like that and all, but I was so disappointed because I truly believed that all of this season was wrong. Only since the next episode. So the progress that you made during the Peacemaster episode were real. It was real. I'm so relieved. That's why I'm crying. I'm so relieved. I'm really so. Only since the last episode I understood that right.
You wanna know why I replaced myself in the beginning of that stupid Knights of the Sun thing? I said don't take the fucking
Only since the last episode.
You called me boring. I've become dog shit to you. That's what happens
No.
when you let people in and they stop respecting you. Screw things up. They kill your fucking family. Go ahead and
No.
trust them. You're
You
gonna
were
learn the same
making
fucking
so
thing.
many.
I am not going to kill your family.
Fuck, I'm really crying for good. Only since the last episode. I'm so relieved. I need the pillow again, but for a different reason.
There it is! Reverse the jet! I got this!
No, I do.
Morty! You magnificent little bastard! Let's get this thing topside.
You did it. You saved the world. Good job.
I own Star Wars, not you. Not that bubble-throat pompadour fuck. Not some Mickey Mouse shit machine they didn't make.
Nah.
America, transform
The music.
My way of saying I see your mom's father is my father too.
Oh, Jerry, see you ready to tag your old grandpa back in?
You're not my grandpa. You're a fucking robot.
Jerry.
Finally.
You're attacking. Way too many violence, rage inside of you, girls. Be careful.
Okay.
Oh no!
But Morty Smith got a lightsaber for Christmas, dropped it, and it's now heading for the Earth's core again.
Again, because of you.
If it does reach the core, it will blow all of you up. I mean, all of us up.
You're gonna abandon Earth.
And only if that fails will we launch the White House into space.
You're already in space.
But Rick's gone, and I'm not sure he's ever coming back.
Then let's settle for the next best thing.
Oh, fuck. Just let me die. Turn me off.
Robot
Not that I can be
Rick.
turned off because I'm obviously not a robot.
Good news, sir. The lightsaber was intercepted before it hit the core. All right. here
Cool.
we go. Who intercepted it anyway? That's the bad news. That is bad news.
It's Robot Rick.
Mr. President, you need to come home and tell the people the truth.
The fuck I do. Guards, get that saber. Give it a minute.
Yeah.
Fourth try. All right, here we go. Tell me that's not good.
It's not.
It's not.
Disney ruined it. You think I want to no-run TV series with bad CGI?
Only the book of Boba Fett is bad. Come on.
A robot with lightsabers for eyes.
Really? He can't see now.
Now, Morty.
You're not gonna kill the president, Morty.
Come on.
Huh?
Star Wars rules say you have to forgive me.
If you're a true Jedi.
It's okay. It doesn't hurt. Oh god, they're sliding, Morty. They're sliding.
Through the White House and then.
Rick can build another me. If I was a robot, which I'm not.
I don't want another you.
Oh!
You can't help.
You were ready to kill yourself to save Robot Rick. Rickbot.
You're so great. Of course I'm great. I'm Rick.
No.
Rick literally built me to make you happy, Morty.
Because he thinks that he can't do it himself, which is making me feel so bad.
Goodbye, Morty.
Rick,
You out.
I guess this is a bad time to ask for a new whiteout.
Out!
Hey, maybe the robot's right. I should have included you in my shits. You can help me if you want.
Are those all the places Rick Prime could be?
Rick Prime, not Prime.
It's all the places he is.
Oh, jeez.
You and me.
Oh,
It's gonna take over your life, Morty. Rick and Morty season 7. Hunting my nemesis.
Your true nemesis! It's not Mr. Numbers.
It's the most painful shit I've ever had to deal with, and I'm fucking bringing you into it because you asked for it, Morty. You and me, Morty.
Because you're truly like that now. Oh fuck guys, I cried. Mr. Puttybot, oh no!
Oh, wait, what is this, huh? Prime therapy? Way to get over a girl is to get under a 300-pound squat.
Damn right.
He's stupid, you believed it, you're more stupid.
It's really bad, isn't it? Oh, someone call Amy, tell her I need her, tell her I love her. Oh, wait, I am broken.
Did you get any of that?
His voice, his fucking voice! I can't. Really, it's making me... Ugh. I'm not proud of myself. I'm not proud of myself because during this episode, at 2 occasions, I needed that pillow hug pillow, you know, that I'm taking it each time that I need an hug. And at 2 occasions, you know, during this episode, I took it. And at 2 occasions during this episode, 1 occasion I almost cried. 2nd occasion, I really cried. And I'm not proud of myself. Because the first time it was, you know, that I took it and that I almost cried, it was because I was really mad, so mad. I don't know how many times I said fuck you and I wanted to make fingers at my screen because I didn't understand the situation and I really thought that this entire season was a lie and that since the beginning it was not the real Rick, because I understood that Rick right there was searching for not evil Rick, Rick Prime. I understood that, so I was like, okay, so it means that we are with Robot Rick, you know, Rickbot since the beginning of this season. So I was truly mad because it meant that all of the evolution that Rick had during this season was false, was wrong, that he didn't make all of this progress. Okay, during the last episode with Morty, but even more during the last episode, with going on a therapy session by himself, by obeying to the therapist, by making progress, by not thinking of himself, by doing that for Jerry, doing that for Peacemaster, being honest with the family. So I felt so betrayed, so mad thinking of that I took the pillow, the hug pillow, and I almost cried. So after that, when he said that in fact he put Rickbot only during the last episode, only during the episode 9, I took the pillow again and I cried for good because of how relieved I was. And really, I had to make a break because clearly I couldn't focus on the action anymore. And I had to make a break because really my nerves were so high. I was hysterical during this moment. Now that I remember it, I was crying and laughing at the same time because really I was so relieved about the fact that it was not that, it was truly Rick during this entire season. He really made all of this progress. I was so relieved that he truly made this progress. Okay, he didn't say I love you to Morty, but all of the rest, it was truly him. I was so relieved that it made me cry because, you know, through all of these seasons, all along this journey, we're putting up, you know, on Rick to change, to evolve. We're putting things, you know, on these characters, and for sure we want Rick to get better, to be better into his mind, with his mental health, but also with his family. So we saw him making progress all along these seasons, but it has been the first season that not only is making progress, but is aware of it, is talking about it, the entire family is seeing it. So at multiple occasions during this season, he made me proud not only because of the things that he was doing, but about the fact that he was not hiding it to anyone, to himself. So I was so relieved that it truly happened and that it was not fake. You know, all of that, these two reactions, these two moments are proving to you how much I would feel betrayed, you know, that it would be fake, and how much I was relieved that it truly happened, to prove you how much I want this character, you know, to evolve, to really get better into his mind with his family. All of the lightsaber story, you know, in comparison of that, of all of these emotions that it made me feel, all of the story about the lightsaber, hahaha, it was funny, but I couldn't care less. The better jokes, you know, around that, it was about Disney, which bought, you know, the Star Wars franchise, which is creating all of these shows around Star Wars. You know what I think of them, because on my channel you are seeing me reacting to The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Andor, all of these shows, Obi-Wan and all of that, so you saw me and what I think about them. For me, the only really bad mistake with these shows, it's really The Book of Boba Fett, which was a total mistake, you know, what they did with it. But except for that, I love for sure The Mandalorian. I truly appreciated Andor, the first season, which is way more realistic and darker, and which is for me, for the ones who maybe at some point gave up on Star Wars and who want to come back, or just people who want to discover Star Wars through a show and not a movie. For me, Andor, it's really the good, you know, the good window to enter into this world or to come back into this world, in my opinion, because it's more realistic and darker. And Obi-Wan Kenobi, for sure, for a fan, you can just love it. So all of these little things, you know, for Disney, it was fun. I love these things about being a nerd, not, you know, being proud of being a nerd and all of that. For sure, I appreciated that, but really, all of that story about the lightsaber coming like that on Earth, vertically, all of that. In comparison, really, of that thing about Rick not being Rickbot, since how long, me discovering since how long, so being relieved, all of that, the lightsaber, I couldn't care less. Rickbot was great, and you truly wanted to stay with the family, to be honest with them, because he was good with them and he truly loved them. So when you love someone, you want to be honest with that someone, and that's why Rickbot, he wanted to say it, but he couldn't, is it? It was cool, and at the end he saved them, and at the end he said that about the real Rick. So because of that, the real Rick took Morty with him on the bunker. That thing about searching for Rick Prime, it's gonna take me a little time, you know. Now I'm gonna have all of the time of the world, you know, now that I finished the season 6, and I'm gonna have months to wait for the season 7. To name him Rick Prime, it's a good idea, you know, to have these two searching for Rick Prime. It means that Rick truly trusts Morty, that they're gonna do that together, and all that's gonna be cool, and that's gonna be a real thing for the season 7. But we have to remember that it's the original granddad of Morty, so I'm a little afraid for what it's gonna mean at the end. We know that Morty chose Rick, you know, and same for Rick. We had several moments for that at the end of the season 5, but still it can be disturbing, you know, for Morty. I'm wondering about that. So yes, this is the end of my binge watching of the season 6, but also of the entire show. I'm gonna see you again for the web episodes. I said it, I'm gonna watch them, I'm gonna react to them. I think in more than one reaction video because we have a lot of them, in fact. So that's gonna be cool to see you again, you know, in the next days, weeks for these videos. But after that, it's gonna be truly the end. And no matter what, right now with this regular episode, it's truly the end of my binge watching of Rick and Morty. For sure, I'm feeling melancholic. And for sure, I'm gonna miss the show, you know, I'm gonna miss to have that time with you guys. Again, what I said in intro, I created a special level on my Patreon, the Rick and Morty level, for you guys if you want to subscribe to my Patreon, even for just 1 month. And it's created, in fact, to be just for 1 month, for you to come on my Patreon, to binge watch maybe again all of my reaction videos about Rick and Morty. It's a good way for you to thank me, you know, for all of this binge watching, but my way to thank you also for being there, it's the fact that if you're subscribing to that level, you're gonna have access to an escape game that I made around the Rick and Morty universe. It's an escape game that you can print, you know, at your home, that you can play all by yourself or with friends. Even if they don't know anything about Rick and Morty, they can still play to it. If you're really that good, you know, you're gonna do it in 30 minutes. I think that it's more a 45 minutes escape game. If you're a bunch of Jerrys, it's gonna be a 1 hour escape game. I prepared things, you know, to put into your room. I prepared things to hide into your room. I prepared different enigmas, 4 enigmas. I prepared a synopsis, you know, around that. I prepared a guide, you know, for the guide master or the player who is going to be allowed to search for clues, you know, to help you to resolve the enigmas. I prepared a document with all of the solutions. I'm going to put some pictures right there to tell you how it's going to look like. It's really a little thing, you know, that I made to thank you for all of this binge watching, and for you, if you want to thank me for all of this binge watching, also I created that special level on my Patreon. But yes, no matter what, it's the end of my binge watching. All of that to say that it's the end of my binge watching. Still the web episodes, but it's not gonna be the same. I know myself, it's not gonna be the same. It's gonna be more like a recreation time, you know, the web episodes. And after that, it's gonna be the end. Whoa. It was cool to discover all of this show with you guys, and remember that at the beginning when I began this show, you know, the first episode of the season 1, it was normally only for 1 season, and it was the first time that I was beginning a show on my channel telling you I'm only gonna react to the first season. And in fact, finishing the first season, I was like, I appreciate to watch these episodes, they are fun, I'm having a good time, maybe I'm gonna continue. And here I am, episode 10 of the season 6, being a little melancholic about the fact that I'm gonna have to wait, being frustrated also about the fact that I'm gonna have to wait. Less than you, I know, but still, months. Whoa. I'm gonna miss Jerry. We didn't have news about Bird Person and his daughter during this season. I wanted to have some news. Oh no! Bon. I'm a little disappointed, you know, now that I think about it. Oh no! Not any news. It's like that. I mean, okay, what can I do about it? It's like that. Okay. Guys, come on, we need to end this video. Stop! Again, that binge watching of Rick and Morty was cool. You're still gonna have these bonus videos, you know, with the web episodes. You have this bonus on my Patreon if you want this escape game. It's my way to thank you. It can be your way to thank me for all of this time that we spent together. We spent entire months, you know, together, guys. And if not, I will see you for the new season of Rick and Morty. I don't know when. No matter what, it's all for you and for me for this video. So it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Crazy.